Howdy folks, welcome back to Constracktion. See there in the distance, little ore train heading off. We got some new track. After the last episode, I kind of let it run for a while. And while it was working, there were some issues with trains getting where they need to go on time. So I've been reworking that. The new grade down to the ore mine west works great. I've added a little bypass track so it can run over there and join up. And I've been working on making some other changes. I made some double track over there on the way to the steel mill. You can see I'm working on a bypass here. I'm going to rip up the siding, redo it a little bit. That's what we're going to do right now. And you may notice on the back of my train here, got some more power. So I hadn't been paying too much attention, but turns out I had a whole bunch of money. So I bought the, I think it's the, is it the slow locomotive? Yeah, these two are not available on this map. So I bought the slow locomotive. Something else to note is, did they take, yeah, I think they took out the buy track. You can just refill your track at the station if you're playing on hard mode. Anyway, I bought the slow loco and it kind of just automatically MUs, multiple unit. I just stuck it on the back of my train and it works. So that's kind of cool. It just helps us get going a little faster as we need to. So let's hop on here. Let's rip up some track and see if we can keep these trains running on time. I'm looking up the grade there. I think we've got one headed up the mountain. So we should be able to get moved. Let's get going here. So it looks like it just mirrors the controls when another locomotive is coupled on. That seems to be what happens from my testing. You can see we can just get going a lot faster now with that extra power on the back. And I forgot to throw the switch like an idiot. The only downside is those locos are terrible at braking. It takes forever to stop. But hey, we have time warp. Whee! Yeah, I was supposed to throw that switch. There we go. I keep getting the controls all confused. Let's go. I want to get this track redone before we have another train coming down the line. So I need to go up a ways, and then we're going to rip this out backwards. And the plan is to put another turnout here and switch over to that. We'll just get rid of this part. The trains seem to get confused when you have arrangements like this. They don't know where to go if there's like two ways to go, if that makes sense. So I think if I get this track ripped up before they try to come down here, they will hopefully come on the correct route. Alright, let's get out of here. I want to run back here real quick. Still trying to use shift for sprint. That doesn't work. Oh no, you are thrown, so you're good to go. Let's hop in here. Does that look about right? I think that's right. So let's go backwards. We're going to remove track. I really like the just joining up to another track and the crossovers, like this crossover back here. It just worked. So that's pretty cool. So hopefully now the AI train will recognize that, hey, I can't come down this line. Because they will plow right off the end of the track and derail. It's pretty spectacular. I wish I'd been recording when I had that happen. It took me a little while to make this junction here. Get that correct. And yeah, I had a train come right off the end. Good times. And the tricky bit is getting it stopped so it doesn't remove the track, it just removes the turnout. Let's get slowed down. We're standing by on the remove track. Flip that back over. Takes a while to load up. It's like an AC 4400 or something. And remove. 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 Why you're not removing track? Well, crap. Okay. Interesting. Not sure why that's not removing the track. Oh shoot, we have one headed down. I don't have any double track yet for him. I'll probably end up resetting the trains. Okay, remove the switch, please. I might just have to remove the track and then relay it straight. Yeah, it's weird. It's not removing stuff. It's a little finicky. There it goes. Not going to remove that switch, huh? Oh, it did. Okay, good. So you have to get all the way off the switch, then it removes the points. Alright, forward ho. Those trains are going to collide and probably derail. We'll see what happens. You can see the mines are all low level. The coal mine south is still at 3, but it's just not great. Another thing I discovered is the... Oops, I keep thinking you have to hold Alt. This ore mine up here on this... Or sorry, this coal mine here. It wants to go to a power plant. There's an unlabeled power plant down here. Spoiler alert. So we'll have to connect up to that at some point. Got going way too fast. I think this will work. Let's go to build turnout. And nope, I think we need to be like right on the end of this other turnout. So come backwards. So we can get just a little further back. Let's try that and see how we get along. I want to come out and just join up to that track, if possible. One little loco shove back there. So I think the slow loco can only go 20. I'd have to look at the screen again. And back over. Straight. Maybe? And can we join up? Can we get an ILS? Oh, there we go. Let's see if it'll just figure it out. Oh, it made another switch there. Oops, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Okay. I mean, I guess it'll work. It'll just stay switched all the time. Alright, now we have a passing siding. I may have to double track this the rest of the way up. I wonder if I should... Well, should I just go remove this double track and redo it? What's the play here? Nah, let's leave it. It's good. Let's get out of the way. And once those guys reset... Should I just double... maybe I should just double track it all the way up there. I'm having analysis paralysis. Do you ever get that? How do I do the thing? Let's fix this first. Let's fix this right here. So back and forward. Da-da-da. Let's come up here a little further and we'll remove this track and we'll try again. While the trains are... Oh, they sorted themselves out, it looks like. That one will be heading down the track here eventually. There goes the little ore train in the background. He should be leveling up since he's got a good route now. Stop! Well, I don't know why it left that little piece of track up there. That must be the switch part? So that's not great. I think we still have a turnout here. Oh, we don't. Never mind. Okay, can my loco pull me back? Because I got a loco on the back. Will it pull me back on the track? Oh, it's thinking about it. But just going over the tie. Yeah, it's just on the ties, I think. Yeah, it's just on the ties. Alright. Fair enough. Well, I just made a complete mess of this. It did get rid of that switch, though. So that's fun. Now that we're stopped, it is on the... it's set to the re-rail. We'll just speed up time a little bit. Should pop me back on the rails. Ta-da. Unfortunately, we have some track out there in the middle of nowhere. That's not great. It's turned into chaos on the rails part 2. Okay, build turnout. Yes, please. That is a 500 foot. That is fine. Full speed ahead, please. Can I just run over that track? Pretend like that other track's not there. No, it's still there. It's just kind of... It's just kind of there. Maybe it won't matter. What I'd like to do is remove this and make it double track most of the way up to the mine. So let's head up to this other turnout here. Yeah, that's set for straight. As far as I know, there's no like manual way to remove track. Gotta remember, this thing does not stop quick now that it's got the other train on the back. So I think if we start about here, we can remove this switch. Let's test that theory. Yeah, it looks like those trains might be stuck up there. They're probably confused because I'm changing the track down here. Okay, good. That got rid of the switch. Once we get past the frog here, that should be all good. Okay, it should, in theory, match the grade. But I know this is 1% going up, so I'm just going to set that to 1%. And we're going to tighten this up a little bit. It doesn't need to be this far away from the track. So we're going to come over. We're going to try to get lined up. Kind of with the telegraph poles. Kind of, sort of, maybe. We'll see how that goes. So just to the left of the poles, maybe? It'd be nice if there was some kind of guidance option if you were parallel to the track. You kind of just have to wing it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of... What I did on the other parallel track over by the steel mills, I kind of just followed the dirt slope. So this is going to be ugly until it's not. I think this is 500-foot radius. So I need to change my min radius down some. Otherwise I won't be able to get inside this curve. Comes the train. Good luck, buddy. Hope you make it. I'm going to try to make it around this corner. I left a little marker there like don't go up this mess. That was a mistake. I had to back out and redo it. Let's kind of just follow the curve here the best we can. Idea is you can have a train going up the grade and down the grade here on this double track. I'll need to set some speed limit signs. And there's the coal train heading down. Nice. He's still just got one engine. What's cool is once they upgrade to enough cars, they'll throw 2 engines on there. It's kind of a neat touch. It 10's about as fast as we want to go, so we'll have to watch the throttle here. A little far away from the rails, but that's all right. Laying track like a madman. Oh, is it no longer matching the grade? We got way far away from the track, so I'm going to back up. Redo. Nice close look at the pole there. It's got a little rain protector. Doesn't rot the pole out quite as quick. In case you didn't know what that was for on the top there. Looks like metal. Metal shield. See that a lot on the old wooden fence posts around my neck of the woods here in Missouri. Like an old coffee can lid or something will be, or a straightened out coffee can be nailed over the top of a big old corner post. Keeps the rain out of the grain. Alright, let's try this again. Actually, before we get started, let me just go ahead and drop a save. There we go. Beautiful. Something like that. Then once we get up here on this straight, we're gonna make a switch. Trying to get some screenshots. Get a little close, but I think we're okay. The telegraph poles help quite a bit for keeping things lined up. Do a little bit of straight so we're not making too big of an S curve. And let's get lined up. About there. That should do it. Nice broad turnout. Cool. Somewhere I had some speed signs. Did those get undone? Oh no, there it is. 40. Just couldn't see it for some reason. Let's do this. Let's change this to... Oops. It's really... not a big fan of this. I mean, it works, but... let's make that 20. And probably... they can accelerate up to 30. Make that 30, and then once they're on here... then they can go 40. And 40 seems to be working okay. So... because our locos, I think, can only go 20 anyway, so... kind of a moot point. But there we go. We got some speed limit signs. So let's hop back on here and head down the line. See if this helps any of the timing issues. Actually, before we do that... let's go down the correct way. I want to set up some do not enter signs so they go the way I want them to go. Forgot I was going to do that. So we'll do the right hand rule. So let's go redo this. So we want to get rid of that sign. We want to put a wrong way sign here. So they don't go down the left-hand track. And down at the other end, we want to do the same thing. Nope, not this. Not this loco. Well, I guess we can. We're not laying track. Let's hop in this loco. Okay, let's get down to the bottom of this two-way, and we'll set it the other way, so that when they come up the hill, they're on the right-hand track. Do I have a speedometer in here? Not really. Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. There it is. You're getting sleepy. Very sleepy. Maybe we should set the speed to like 25. Not sure we can do 40 down through here. We just let this coast. How do we do? Look at that nice double track line. Turn that off. Get a screenshot. We need a hide UI button, Dev, for us screenshot junkies. So we're doing 25. I'm thinking 25 might be the limit here. I need to change those signs. Yeah, there's brake too. It's barely slowing us down. Slow down. Oh, this track looks so ugly down here. Might have to redo that at some point, but it'll do for today. Seems like that train's taking forever to get to the steel mill. I'm not sure why that is. I might have to go do some track checking. Let's get this train in the clear. I can park it down here by the Y. So AI trains don't use that leg of the Y anymore. Or just the Y in general. They don't go past the station anymore. There's that track. Yeah, we'll have to try to fix that at some point. I need to go over on switch. Get ready to switch this guy. Really wish we had keys to bind to that kind of stuff. It's too fiddly trying to mess around with this silly menu at the bottom. So I think I saw in the Steam discussions the dev's going to add more key binding options. So that would be good. Maybe they're already in there. I haven't looked lately. To their credit, the developer does seem open to feedback. And I can't remember if it's just one or if I've seen multiple names in the Steam discussions. I don't know if it's a person or a team. So they've been pretty active on Steam and taking suggestions and stuff, so that's cool. Alright, let's get out of here. So I've already got my wrong way, so they won't come into there. And we need a wrong way, so they'll take the right-hand track when they're going uphill. So let's come down here. There we go. And we can say, we can put a speed limit sign. Let's do 25. And you probably need to be slow into 15. I used to have a sign here, but it got removed. So I think I've made that pretty broad. We can probably do 20. Then let me run back up to the top. And I'll set the speed limit up the top to 25. If we ever do, I don't know if we can get faster locos on this map. I don't think we can, but just in case. 40, they'll be flying off the rails. I wanted to come up the tracks so I could see if there were any other signs I needed to change. So let's change that to 25. And we can just get rid of this guy. That's limited to 20. So if you haven't seen the, I don't know if I showed this or not. I kind of just hugged the shoulder here. I can get rid of this. I was kind of planning my route across here. These yellow markers. And we just made a big cut through this hill right here. And then this mine, this coal mine goes to that power plant we haven't hooked up to yet. let's change this to, let's just have 25. This probably should be, oops. Dang it. I was looking right at the sign. I guess that's pretty broad. He's been doing fine. We'll leave that at 20, I guess. I remember how curvy I got over here. So this ore mine is quite a ways away. I don't know if he'll ever get past level 2. I did bump it up to 30 here. I don't think they can go that fast, so it's kind of a moot point. We did 15. We did 15? Let's change that to 20, and we'll see how it goes. So we go all the way over here to this ore mine. Seems like the trains... They hung up? No, they're moving. They're moving on the map. Alright, let's go see what's up. Whee! Did I block this guy? No, there's no signs here. That's kind of ugly. Somebody lost a level. That's okay. We'll let them get straightened out on their new tracks. Alright, so we have a do not enter. You're good. Do you have any speed limit signs? I don't think so. You're climbing out of here. The best you can do. Let's give them an optimistic 20 here. I think if we go look at the... Yeah, so those little locos that's put on there, they can only go 20 anyway, so... We're good. And then the signals let them go faster than 20, but you can't do that on this map. So the next map hopefully has signals. We can see how that works. Okay, and we got our do not enter, and they go this direction. So yeah, 20 is fine. So we'll end up the video. Let's go check out the double track that I made over here. There he goes. Whee! He's heading up to the coal mine. So I got rid of this passing track that was here. You trying to go to which? Yeah, they stop and throw the switches. He's going to ore mine west. I should have thrown that for him. It does slow him down a bit. So what I did was I double tracked through here. I need to set up some do not enter signs. So they'll go on the right side of the track here. Let's say don't. Oops. Let me slow back down. See, we need keybinds for this crap. Watch, I'll look in the settings. There's already keybinds. I'll look like a complete ass. I want you to... No. You had the sign highlighted. All the signs are highlighted, so it's a little hard to tell which one is which. Get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. We don't need any of this, because they can only go 20 anyway. Okay, let's set a... We'll put this here just to differentiate. Of that. That's for that side of the track. 40 is a little optimistic, but you know, I like to think big. So I just double tracked this all the way down here to the steel mill. But I forgot to set up the wrong way signs to make them follow the right-hand rule. So let's get that set up. So when they come out of the mine, we do not want them to go this way. We want them to follow to the right. And there we go. Let's crank it up. See if we can get some levels. One weird thing I noticed is if you're just standing here, even if you're not moving, your character occasionally makes footstep noises. So when you speed up time, you make lots of footstep noises, even though you're not moving. A little bit of a bug. You can see the little X's on the map. In theory, they're flying down here. The X in the middle, kind of left middle, is my train. It's not moving. See, we got ore mine west inbound, as well as coal mine south and ore mine east. There he goes. Here come the next two. Whee! Oh, he ran right into the back of him. Almost. It's not good. Alright, he's heading up that way like he should be. These guys are stopping. We'll speed it up a little bit. Wow, look at that guy. Look how many cars he's got. Here he goes. Big old load of coal ore. Or, sorry, iron ore. We got a load of coal coming in behind. See how the new timing works out. Alright, he's leaving. They all should go on the right-hand track. Problem is, sometimes they have to stop, back up, throw the switch, and go again. Which is fine. It's kind of simulating a, conductor getting off and throwing the hand throw, I guess. I don't know in further maps with signals if the switches are a little more automatic. That would be nice. Alright, I'm going to crank this thing up to 16. Up to 32. We'll let it run for just a bit, and we'll see how things are percolating along. It's like they're moving pretty good across the map. They do have to occasionally stop and throw switches, which throws them off a bit. Ore mine west is maxed out, 5 out of 5. Can we get the coal mine up to level 5? Is he able to make it up there in time? There goes a little X. I'm not sure if that's coal mine. Nope. Coal mine south is too slow. Interesting. And ore mine east. So those top guys are still too slow. So we would need a better track arrangement. Less distance. Maybe a steeper run down off the plateau. There's always room for optimization. Ore mine west is killing it, though. I think in the next video, we'll finish up map 2. We'll connect up the power plant and get that other coal mine going. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge because it's in some pretty rough ground up there. The coal mine north is in the upper right. And then I think I'll call it quits for a while for Constracktion. Might do some streams or something, attacking some of the other maps. If you do want to see more, be sure and let me know. And I might try hard mode or one of the other maps. I'll definitely be playing it more. I just don't know if I'll be making videos or not on it, because, as always, so little time, so many games. There's a ton of games I want to play, and this is not my full-time job. I have a very demanding full-time career and a family, and kids in college, and kids in high school, and sports and band, and there's all kinds of stuff going on here at the Kerbo household. This is just a fun little hobby. We appreciate you all hanging out and watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.